Likkutei Torah, Parshas Devarim, page Aleph. Okay, just okay. 7 lines at the end of the first column. Okay, now the Rabbi is explaining the concept of Meidem Anachnu Loch. First he asked, how could it be every day brand new stuff? See, she starts explaining, Malachim come from Dibur, Neshamas come from the level of Machshava, Tahiri, and it comes down all the way down. And what's the purpose of the Neshama coming down? To go back to a place it was higher than it was before. So he brought down, what is the level of Meidim? Well, normally Meidim Anachnu Loch means you're arguing and then you admit, like Meidim Chacham L'Rabbanan. So l'chayra, how can we say we're agreeing to Hashem as if there's an argument, there's difference of opinions? There's only Hashem. So he starts explaining there's Hashem's perspective, there's our perspective. Meidim Anachnu Loch means that we agree to Hashem's perspective that He is the real Yash and real really Ayin. So that's mamish 2 lines and then we go to the next one. Metchila tzarchli is v'yahavta, but in order to come to that level, first it has to be v'yahavta, and then it can be abishmana esrei, brachas v'amshachas baruch ata, until we shahainu shebein b'chinas seidol b'chinas bracha. Between the level of heidah and bracha is the level of ava. Okay, he's based. So he says like this, in order to come to the level of baruch, that he said means bringing down from Alma Diskasya all the way into Alma Disgalia. So it says you need first to come to the level of V'yahavta of Shema. So he says in his base, V'nei Kadei Sheyavel B'chinas V'yahavta. In order to come to the level of V'yahavta, is Aidis Bein Shema Yisro Baruch Shem Kved Malchus Olam V'ed. How do you get to V'yahavta? Like we learned the famous question of the Maggid, how can you command somebody to love? If it's a feeling, you can't command somebody on a feeling. So he says, first the mitzvah is to meditate in Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, the way basically now only Hashem exists. Then v'yahavta you will love. Pirush ki inei abriya yesh mi'ayin. Briya is yesh mi'ayin, like we say. Baruch Shem Kved Malchusa Leilam Voed. Shebchinas Malchusei. What do we bring down? Shem Kaved Malchusei Le'elam Vod. What is Malchus? The way Hashem. Mashenikra Melech Aleim. The way Hashem is king. She'ein Bechinas Atzmius, which is not the essence of Hashem. Because again, a king must have foreigners. As far as the essence of Hashem, there is nothing but Hashem. So there are no foreigners. So in that level of Atmos, there can be a level of Malchus. Malchus is only after Elokus is concealed and limited and contracted, then you can come to foreigners that you can be a king over.
You mean to dominate the foreigners?
Yeah. Shein b'china av me'chayes kolem yoinim u'memshaltchi lematem b'chinas melucha. And dictatorship is even lower than melucha. Shumeichu but meishu bal karcha. When he controls them against their will, not even for their benefit. Malchus, we say like this, Malchus cha Malchus kol olamim, u'memshaltecha b'chol dar v'dar. What's the difference in Lashon Kodesh between Melech and Moshel? Melech means a king, Moshe means a dictator. A ruler, meaning a dictator. Now a king, because the subjects subjugate themselves to the king, the king's kingship is to benefit the people. A dictator means he doesn't care. He rules. There's no benefit for them. He just controls them against their will. That's the level of chitzenius midas malchusay. That is b'chol derd v'derd. Malchuscha malchus kol elamim. Memshaltecha, that is b'chol derd v'derd in every generation. Sheyesh deir shoyim. There were generations that were wicked, like the Dor HaMabul, and etc. Shlei kibul olav malchusay beratzin, that they didn't accept Hashem's kingdom openly, willingly. Balfour became nimshach lem chayis rav, and the level of memshaltecha. So in other words, like this, Malchus gives life to everything. Because the whole world was created with Malchus, which is Dibur. Hashem Yirmeh Elikim is a revelation of Malchus. Now, there's a level of people that willingly accept Hashem, and there are people that don't willingly accept Hashem, but even nevertheless, they still get their existence from Hashem. Similar to what the Alter Rebbe says in Perek Beis of Tanya, the Chayis of the whole generation goes through the Moshe Rabbeinu of the generation, the Tzaddikim. So those that, and then he says, those people that rebel against the Talmidei Chachamim, they're unique. It comes from the chitzonius, the external level of the Rebbe, of the leader. Yeah. So the Rebbe explains, Peishim Merid doesn't mean not from Jews. The Rebbe explains, Peishim Merid and Talmidei Chachamim means they could be very from Jews, but they rebel against Moshe Rabbeinu. So they get the unique anyway.
How can they be from?
What? They get the nourishment anyway.
How can they be from though if they rebel?
Against Moshe Rabbeinu.
Yeah.
But they keep Torah mitzvahs. They say the Moshe Rabbeinu is not Moshe Rabbeinu. V'nei kol ha'el mesalyonim. All the higher worlds, Gan Eden Tachten, Shugntaynu Gnifel Me'elam Hazeh, which is a tremendous, even the lower level of Gan Eden, is a tremendous pleasure compared to this world. Ad Shaman Azal, the Gemara says about Acher, both of the Ladaina, it's worth for him to be tortured in Gehenna to come to Gan Eden. Gan Eden, and then there's even higher Gan Eden. V'yeshed aliyas then ketz. Kulam nisavu, all of these levels were created only from the level of Malchusah Yisbarach.
How did they Jew?
Malchus kol elamim, that means all the worlds, spiritual, physical, everything came from the level of Malchus. That's what the Pasuk says. Malchus kol elamim. See, even the highest levels of Gan Eden, and higher than in Gan Eden, is all from the level of Malchus. Therefore, creation is called Yesh Miyayin. Why? Because the creation of all the creations comes to the level Shukayim ve'efes. Here the Alter Rebbe is defining another interpretation of Yesh Miyayin. Until now we learned Yesh Miyayin means that why is it called Ayin? Because from our perspective, we don't get it. We don't feel it, so it's Ayin. Here the Alter Rebbe says no. But another interpretation of Ayin means because the world was created Yesh Miyayin, the whole world was created from a level of godliness, which is Ayin compared to Hashem himself. It's only Malchus, which is the way Hashem comes down, limiting himself in the form of creator to create a limited, finite world. So, compared to the essence of Hashem, that level is Taka Ayin. Even that level of Malchus that creates worlds, doesn't permeate the world, it's only a level of Segul Kolam. In a level of Makiv, or Kamashal HaMelech, like the Mashal of King Asher Shmei Nikra Alem. When a king rules a country, okay, the king doesn't rule the country by being all over the place. The king sits in the palace, right? And he gives decrees. The king said, the king said, the king said. So the king is not mislabish into every person, all his subjects. The king is nothing. He doesn't even bother going to them. He doesn't even know the subjects. It's a superficial level that the king is controlling in a way of makif. The same thing in Hashem's level of Malchus that creates world. It's not that Hashem himself is permeating every creation. It's a level of makif.
So then are you saying that Hashem is Yesh, the Ayin at the same time?
What?
On different levels.
There are levels of Elokus, yeah, that compared to Hashem himself, it's Ayin. The king's name, the way the king rules, Melech Shmei Nikra Alem, right? Yes, hello? The king rules the country with his name.
Yes.
Now that name compared to the king himself is nothing. Your name is nothing compared to your essence.
But how can you be Yesh and Ayin at the same time? Different levels.
Yeah. Could be any, whatever he wants. In a calls them mitzad seder shtaushu v'savas elam esoyenim. So that is mitzad elam esoyenim. There's only a revelation, ha'orah of elokus and malchus. Ava be'elam hazeh, but in this world, aydei tshuva ma'asim teivim yochol ha'amshach gilui atzim tzeisav baruch hu mamsh. You can reveal the essence of Hashem. So in other words, the Alter Rebbe here is really answering the famous question that all the Mepharshim Pirkei Avos asked. The Mishnah starts off, Yafeh shachas b'tshuva ma'asim teivim be'elam hazeh mikoch ha'elam haba. The one turning of tshuva ma'asim teivim in this world is better than the whole world to come. And then the Mishnah in the same breath says, the Yafeh shachas shal keiras ruach be'elam haba mikoch ha'elam hazeh. That means 1 hour of bliss in the world to come is better than the soul. So which one's better? Right? So now the Rebbe is explaining over here. Gan Eden, in all those higher worlds, are only a level of malchus. It's only a ha'ara. The mile of it is that you feel it. Because there's no goof to limit it. But in Tshuva, Mais, and Tevim, then you connect to the essence of Hashem. Not to the Rebbe, the Giluy of Hashem. That's why the Alter Rebbe explains in Tanya, in Paraklam Vav, that the Tachlis Shlemus is only this world. And he said you can't say the Kavan of creation. It's a Elam Esalyenim. He says, Hail v'lahem yeridam ita yizbarach. It's only a descent. Because Elam Esalyenim, the higher worlds, Gan Eden and higher, up and down, all those spiritual worlds, are only a revelation of godliness. It's not the essence of godliness. Where does a person connect with the essence of Hashem? That's only in Tshuva Mais and Tevim in this world. I'm sorry. So therefore he says like this. This is what a person should think in the meditation of V'ahavta. Because he says, through V'ahavta you come to the brachas of being Mamshech Elokus down here. Right? Your Mamshech Elokus down here. That's through the meditation V'ahavta. What's the meditation V'ahavta? The Alter Rebbe is explaining that the whole world is created only through Malchus. And even that, it's only Seviv Kolam. It's not, the name's governing. But the essence of Hashem is Dafka down here.
But you would think that to bring down the food, you would want to exercise Dura, and at noon, you want to bring it down with the
At noon?
At noon, you bring it down with Ahava.
Did he say noon time?
At noon.
Oh, adnut. What language do you speak? When a Jew does a mitzvah, because a Jew has free choice in this world to do good or bad, that's why when you choose good over bad, you bring down the essence of Hashem. In those worlds where there's no free choice, you cannot reveal the essence of Hashem. This is also what a person should also realize. You can only go up level what?
So revelation can only occur when we connect with the essence here. Revelation in Olam Haba.
Correct.
So the revelation.
But ultimately, it's not Olam Haba. It's Chis HaMesim. That's the ultimate of the essence of Hashem in this world. God knows only revelations.
A direct revelation of the essence that we connected to while we were here. The revelation we got there.
It's only a slight revelation of Elokus that we feel, but the ultimate is Chis HaMesim. That's when you get the essence.
What does it mean we feel pleasure is in Ghana, position, Ashkenaz? We feel pleasure we go to
The neshama,
pleasure of Hashem.
which is not a creation of Hashem. The neshama is the creation means yesh mi'ayin. an neshama which is called in English an emanation of Hashem, okay, that neshama enjoys feeling godliness. Now the neshama in the guf doesn't feel godliness because the body blocks it. In Gan Eden, the person now feels, the neshama feels elokus. He says there's levels, Kafakela, Gehenim, Gan Eden, Tachten, Nardin, or Gan Eden, Elyon. Kamish, Betaruya, based on the what he deserves, Fishu Bechinis Mamala. He says like this, Gan Eden, you are what you are. You only go up gradually, Midarga al Darga, go up a little bit higher. But that's not really Halicha, because it says by the Malachim, they're called Oimdim, even though the Malachim also sing Shira, they also go up, but it's a gradual ascent. It's based on the earlier level, just a little bit higher. Neshamas become Bahalchim, they jump. In other words, once you come to Gan Eden, you're not changing anything. It is what you are, what you are. You cannot change. Cannot change anything. Because over there is already Mamala Kalam and everything is identified. It's an entity, identified what it is. Its status. This what you can exchange. From extreme to extreme, miyad kerega, it instantaneously. Like he quotes from the din of the Dina. Amakadesh es isha. Amenashu tzadik gomor. The Gemara says in Kedusha, the guy comes to a woman, he says, Hareyat Mekadeshesli with this ring, on the condition I'm a tzadik gomor. So the Gemara says, Mekadeshes, the suffix. Why? Afil Rashi gomor. Shemihir tshuva. Because maybe he did tshuva. Yeah, that means from the time he gave the ring, while he's giving the ring, and he says on the condition I'm a tzadik gomor, he's Mekadeshes. It's a doubt. Why? Because maybe he did tshuva. A second ago, the guy was a Rosh Gomor. How could that be? So the answer is, in this road, tshuva takes a second. There's a very interesting thing. The Rogatchover, the Rabbi has a beautiful sikh on this, that the Rogatchover, there's a machlekes in the Gemara, in Brachas, who is greater, a tzaddik or Baal Tshuva? Famous machlekes in the Gemara Brachas, who is greater, a tzaddik or Baal Tshuva? Rambam paskins that the Baal Tshuva is greater than the tzaddik. It's not so. The Gemara there's an argument about it, but the Rambam paskins that a Baal Tshuva is greater than the tzaddik. And everybody asks on the Rambam, according to the rules of Gemara, the halacha should not be like that opinion; should be like the other opinion. But anyway. And everybody tries to find what's the source for that. So the Rogatchover says, there's a source from this din that the Alter Rebbe just quoted. Says, if a Baal Tshuva is lower than the tzaddik, so when he says, right? And then, so it's, the Gemara said, Mekudeshes, why? Because maybe he became a Baal Tshuva. But if a Baal Tshuva is lower than a tzaddik, he still didn't meet up to par.
Say it again.
If a Baal Tshuva is lower than a tzaddik, so maybe he did tshuva, so he's a Baal Tshuva, but they're still lower than a tzaddik. So must say that the Baal Tshuva is greater than the tzaddik. That's what so the Rebbe asks, no, but it also shouldn't be good. Why? Because the Gemara says even if you trick the lady for better, it's also no good. If you make a condition, like he says, on the condition I'm poor, and he's rich, it's also no good. I'm rich is better than poor. No, because this is the condition. Whether you go better or worse. So the Rebbe asks, and the Rogatchover, if Baal Tshuva is greater than a tzaddik, so then the condition also shouldn't be valid. Right? So the Rebbe explains, the Rebbe explains there's two levels of tshuva. There's tshuva that makes you a tzaddik, and there's a tshuva that makes you a Baal Tshuva. There's two levels of tshuva. There's tshuva that is are wiped away, the Averis are wiped away, so now you're a tzaddik. Then there's a level of tshuva me'ava, that the Gemara says that Averis become mitzvahs.
But Rabbi, to want to claim that the tzaddik gamur is insurmountable goal, it's almost unrealistic anyway. To be tzaddik gamur takes
1 second. That's what he says. 1 second, the guy becomes a tzaddik. 1 second, all the Averis are wiped off.
So are you suggesting that
That even you could become, yeah.
Our intentions surmount everything else?
Tshuva is intent.
Right.
No.
But Lemaase, it's not.
What do you mean,
It's not
Lemaase?
likely that the Lemaase...
But tshuva is belev. Tshuva in 1 second. You can clean. There's a mashal they give, we mentioned this many times. You have a chicken that's rolling in the sand. So it's full of sand. Yeah? Somebody wants to come and clean off the chicken from all the... It's going to take you hours.
And you won't...
In 1 second, the chicken flaps the wings and it's all clean.
Shakes himself.
What?
Shakes himself. The chicken shakes himself from inside out.
It's fine. Thank you.
Rabbi, in Gan Eden, you said there is no elevation at your side.
So I'm saying, but it's all gradual relative to the lower level.
Okay, what would they have to do to have
They can't.
elevation?
They can't.
I know. So how did they get
Oh, how do they get elevated? So number one is the merits of the people, their family down here that does mitzvahs for them. Or just the neshama itself, by being a Gan Eden, it reaches a gradually higher level. But the neshama itself can't do anything. Going from high level to level, in fact, it says, from Gan Eden, the Alter Rebbe says it here also, from Gan Eden Atachten, to go to Gan Eden Elyon, which by the way, each one has infinite levels, you have to go through Nar Dinur. Nar Dinur is a spiritual mikvah fire, whatever it means, that the neshama needs to get purified to go higher. But it's all gradual. You can't do tshuva in Gan Eden, that's the bottom line.
Does neshama wants to get elevated when it's...
Sure.
Why?
Why? Because the neshama, at that stage in the game, out of the body, and the Yetzer Hara of Shabamis, wants godliness. So the neshama wants more godliness, more godliness. The mushals down here, people want more money, and more money, and more money. So over there, the neshama wants more godliness, more godliness, more godliness. The problem is, the difference is not the problem. The difference down here, money makes you crazy. And over there, the neshama becomes more refined. Money makes a person crazy. So he says, so how could you change it in a second? It's not saving. Times, and because of this, some of the Zaldi Mishnah says, from Mirev Curl, Pirush Lamaila, Mi'elam Abba, Anika Curl. It's even Mirev Curl is meaning it's even better than Curl, which Olam Abba is called Curl. Therefore, based on that, when he meditates into that aspect, he'll have taka mesiras nefesh, v'lei mesiras aguf bilvad. Not only giving up the body. If you think about it, mesiras nefesh in a simple definition means a person gives up his life, for Hashem.
His soul.
You're not giving up your soul. You die. If that person dies, I'll kiddush Hashem. Yeah? They're not giving up their soul. The soul didn't die. They're giving the goof up. But there's a level of mesiras nefesh too. There is a level of giving, if somebody gives up their spirituality for the benefit of somebody else, that's called mesiras nefesh, not goof.
How can you do that practically?
Somebody could be learning very great things, and instead he's teaching a little kid olive base. That's very much against his spirituality.
Compromise.
Yeah.
That's what Baal Shem Tov.
I understand, because that's called mesiras nefesh. The person leads his spirituality, what he could accomplish, become who knows what, and he goes and deals with, so to speak, teaching alibes to little children, that's not Mesiras Haguf. It's not like you're giving up your life for Hashem. You're giving up your spirituality.
That's what he's doing right now. Giving spirituality.
Whatever you say. And that's for then Mesiras Vatachus, what is the ultimate goal? Laham shechein tzabor sevel mata through Torah mitzvahs. That's the ultimate goal, to bring down Elokus. So he says, the Alter Rebbe at the beginning of the Maimon asked the question, how is it possible to say how can we say mitzvahs are brand new today when it's 3,000 years old? So the Alter Rebbe explained this whole thing of Das Elyon, Das Tachten, in order to come bring Elokus down is through his beinus of Shema, V'yohavto, and he explained it now in this whole paragraph. What is the beinus of Shema? That all the higher worlds are only a ha'ara of Hashem. And yet the person is worth going to Gehenna to be able to reach the level of Gan Eden, even the lower level of Gan Eden. So he says when a person is mizbeinin, what a person accomplishes by tshuva, ma'asim tov, b'elam hazeh, then that level can make Torah mitzvahs brand new. Because you're realizing what you're accomplishing every day. Every day is a new revelation of the essence of Hashem when you do Torah mitzvahs. So that level can make it new.
It's every hour also, right?
Yeah.
That's the name of Hashem every hour.
It means constant, only every. It's not like once a day. It's constantly connecting to Hashem. Sha'achas doesn't even mean an hour. Sha'achas means a turning to tshuva, ma'asim tov, like he says, that level causes the person to be connected essence to essence. Because how could it be a nechi mitzav chayim? Because it comes from the level of a nechi. It's coming down from the essence of Hashem. That means you're connecting when you do one tiny little mitzvah, you're connecting to the essence of Hashem. Mitzavcha, Loshin is kashrus, and it's not coming from Shem Kvei Malchusei. It's not coming from Baruch Shem Kvei Malchusei, which is only the level of Malchus, which is a order, the king read the name, and that it's the essence. Hayim Dafka, we say Asher Nechi Mitzavcha. A Nechi is connecting you, binding you. Hayim mean today, over there it's Ein Rakal Kabos Chodem. Is only to get the reward. This world is where you do the Aveda. So he says, when a person meditates, that when I do a mitzvah, it's not like Gan Eden. It's not connection to Ha'ada or what over there. Here it's connecting to the essence of Hashem, so which is Anechi Mitzav Chahayim, the level of Anechi. Not Giluyim, revelation. The essence of Hashem is binding you today, so then it's possible to have Mitzav Chayim. Then you can realize that it's brand new today.
So you can change your mazal or destiny every second.
Correct.
Because there's a different revelation coming down every second.
I mean, yeah, generally it's every hour, but yeah. But in detail, in the, yeah. Oh, good morning.
How can you change it every minute?
Every second is a new creation.
I mean, listen to the replay. Because dafkin you can reveal the essence of Hashem. In Olam Haba, you can't do that. Because over there is Mamal, it's not a Nechi. A Nechi is only in this world. Because as Alter Rebbe explains, Siman Chav of Igeres HaKodesh, the famous Yevach Yochad that Alter Rebbe wrote right before he passed away, over there the Alter Rebbe explains that creation can only come from Atzmus Ein Sof, And Al Rebbe Mechadish that Mein Amor, so has the power of the Etzem, and therefore that is only in Yashmiya, and only in Olam Hazeh is there that level of Elokus.
I get